report by Paul Curran. Now, it's easy to miss something you're not looking for. The video we're about to show you has had more than 10 million hits on YouTube. Not bad for a campaign to make motorists more aware of cyclists. So how does it work? Take a look and test your awareness.
How many passes does the team in white make?
Go!
So what was your answer, and did you spot anything unusual? Don't worry, if the answer's no, you're not alone, as Danny Sinha found out testing it on Londoners.
What's the answer?
13, I thought.
How about you, madam?
I counted at 15.
Did you? No.
Yeah, I don't know. I just counted all of them. I got 22, but I was counting anywhere the ball went. 12.
12 passes? Yes. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Did you spot anything else?
No, I was focusing on that.
Now, had they, and perhaps you, been watching closely, this is what you would have seen.
Go!
Walking from right to left on the screen, there's a man in a bear costume moonwalking. The message from the filmmakers: it's easy to miss something you're not looking for. So, a light-hearted way to get across a serious message. 11 cyclists have been killed on London's roads this year, but will this advert make a difference? Well, Transport for London certainly thinks so. With me here is advertising expert Marcel Nobel, and from the London cycling campaign, Tom Bogdanovich. Welcome to you both. Marcel, if I can turn to you first. It's certainly grabbing. It's had 1 million hits online. What do you make of it?
I think it's a very fresh, involving and surprising ad. And what's excellent about it is that people are going to extend the life of that ad. People are talking about it, and they're passing it on via email to mates and colleagues.
Tom Bogdanovich, the ultimate aim of this is obviously to make people more aware. It is quite quirky, as we said, with a serious message. Will it save lives?
Well, I certainly hope so. I mean, it's a very clever ad, and a lot of people have watched it, even though the cycling is rather low profile. It's just the message at the end: look out for cyclists. And what we need is more of that sort of clever advertising, promoting cycling and awareness of cycling. I mean, when you think about it, motoring is promoted in every single television ad break, you know, £500 million worth, whereas cycling comes very low in terms of advertising because it's not a particularly expensive product. So we need more of this sort of clever advertising. We need creative forces in it.
Marcel, does that imply, therefore, that we move away from the sort of hard-hitting ads that we saw, certainly in the 70s and 80s? More recently, perhaps, you know, the seatbelt ad, where it's, you know, they are hard-hitting ads.
The difficulty is the more of hard-hitting advertising we see, the more we become immune to it. And therefore what the agency here have done is they've taken a fresh approach, and they've actually involved you in the ad and had you look at something very different. And it's very rare that one can actually sit in a cinema, as I did, and hear an audible reaction to an ad.
Do you think it's the ad that has made people look at it different, or is it the power of the web and the fact that it's had so many hits on YouTube, it's word of mouth, and actually the web is what has encouraged this?
This is viral advertising, and that's very clever. It's sort of one person passing it on to another person. So we're really hoping that this message will be passed on, that people should be looking out for cyclists. There are cyclists out there. There are ever more of them here in London. People are enjoying it, but motorists also need to be aware of the cyclists. The cyclists need to be aware of the motorists. Spread the message virally.
And Tom, and if I said Transport for London, not just on this ad campaign, but are spending £49 million on their overall cycling safety campaign, is it value for money?
Absolutely. I mean, we need, on their overall campaigning, I mean, on their overall bicycle budget. But when you have to think about, you know, £500 million spent promoting cars, well, you need to do something to encourage other modes of transport.
OK, gentlemen, we must leave it there. Thank you to you both for coming in. Thank you. England football manager Fabio Capello has called Fulham